and welcome back to today's show. Usually we do, we've been doing one painting for 4 shows. And I decided let's do one painting per show, a half an hour of painting, a 20-minute painting. But we're gonna do a little bit different, a little bit more easier. They're not gonna be, I don't think they're gonna be hard, but I'm gonna use brushes and paper towels to make certain things, clouds and trees and everything. Just to make it as simple and as easy that we could do. And it's not, and of course, it's, I'm not exactly what I'm gonna be painting at the moment, but as soon as I start doing the clouds and stuff and the sky, I think by that time we could figure out what it's going to look like. So let's just get started and hope that this comes into somewhat of a masterpiece. So let me put on my glasses. I got my little garbage can here filled up. You can see it, I'm almost to the top. And that's how I like to do I like to control the water, how much water I want on it and how much water I don't want. And you could tell once you do. But today I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna take a little bit of my ochre, my yellow ochre. I'm sorry, birch sienna. This and what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna go over the whole painting with this one. And some of it is gonna cover, some of it looks like it's not, but that's gonna be okay. Just leave a little bit more paint on it, and there we go. I don't want it to be too dark, but just enough to cover some of this paint. Okay, there we go. Back. I'm gonna bring this one down. This is gonna make it a little bit more wetter than usually, but that's okay. I'm just gonna keep on coming across this until I cover most of this painting. I'm gonna go all the way down. There we go. Take a little bit more. That's all. Then we're gonna wait for it to dry a little bit. This is a birch sienna, but it looks like brown. But it does have yellow in it, and of course, if you put yellow and blue together, it's gonna turn green. So I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna take out some of this excess water with this brush. The brush is pretty dry now. Took out a lot of the water. I'm gonna go back in and dry it off again, just one more time. Usually when I'm home, I got my hair dryer, and usually I just dry a minute with the hair dryer. I don't like to bring the hair dryer to the studio because it really makes a lot of noise, and I don't do this kind of painting too much. It's been some time since I've done a painting like this one. And today we're gonna make our own green and maybe a little bit orange, maybe. So it's just it's going dry. I know I'm gonna have some water, so what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna pick up, I got 2 different kinds of blue. I got fatal blue, I think, and then I got ultramarine blue. And usually I do the sky before the water, but today I'm gonna do the water. And I'm just gonna come across. We're gonna have a little bit of water in this one. Okay, just go across, and that's gonna look good. And since I've done the water, and since I know that it didn't turn too green on me, I'm gonna pick up a nice little paper towel. I'm gonna turn it around, I'm gonna dip it in some water. Squeeze it a little bit. I'm going to pick up some of that same blue, and I'm just going to turn it around. Okay, and right here, I'm just going to add some clouds to this. Now, whatever's blue is the sky, and whatever is outside of the blue is the clouds. So, and just like that. When you do a cloud, the sky, that should only take a couple minutes. If you work too hard up on it, it takes away what you're planning on doing. Then it gets dry, and you can't. Then, if you don't have the experience to work with the dry paint, it's just gonna make a mess. So this is it. Something like that, and I'm gonna be done with the sky. So we got the clouds, there's some clouds, got the sky, we got the water. The water is down. And now what I'm gonna do is we're just gonna make some trees. And like I said, I'm gonna mix up my own green. And again, I'm gonna use the same paper towel that I've been using. I'm just gonna go in a little bit of yellow, and a little bit of the blue, drop of blue. I'll mix it around, mix it around, mix it around. And remember, when you do watercolors, you do all the lighter color first, and then when you want to do the shadows, then you add the shadows. But let's do some nice bushy trees, some nice trees. I know just about where I want the land at. The land will be here. This would be my foreground. It's right about where my middle ground would be, right around above the water. So right now I'm just going to touch, just like I done with the clouds, and I'm just going to add some bushes, some leaves. Could be a whole bunch of trees, and there we go. There we go. Watercolors is not always so hard to do. If you know some of the tricks, if you know some ways of doing it, and if you have some fun doing it, yeah, you could have some fun. I'm gonna pick up a little bit of the burnt sienna, the same that we used the sky first. And I'm just gonna add some tree trunks. Like I said, we could have a whole bunch of trees with this here. We could have 20 trees. We could have 2 trees. There we go. I'm just putting down just a little bit of paint. I got some darker brown here that I'm gonna use. There we go. That's a bit big, but that's okay. Some trees are bigger up on top. We'll just make this one into a bigger tree. There we go. There. Okay. That tree's gonna be closer to us. And then we got some farther trees back here. Let me just get into some of this burnt sienna, and let's put some up here. Here. There we go. Now, usually I do these trees real quick, but today, once I got the main idea, I'm gonna spend a little bit more time with some of these trees. There we go. And add some of these branches. Some, put branches in front of branches. This tree here goes one here, and could have one coming up here. Let's get this one going. Now I'm going to get a little bit darker just with some of these here. They're lighter on one side. We're just going to make some of these a little bit darker on one side. Add a little bit of shade, a little bit lighter on some of them. There. Okay, I got 18 minutes. More, so that's good. With this tree here, I want the shadow side on one. I want some of that to be lighter up. So this side is going to be a little bit of the shadow side. There we go. Put some shadows up on some of these. Make some of these a little bit darker. There. Okay. Now, real fast, I'm going to clean out the brush. Now I'm going to get into my paintbrush again, my little paintbrush. I'm going to go into a little bit yellow and more blue this time. I want a little bit more blue because I want to make some of these a little darker now. Yeah. A little bit more yellow. Now I'm going to make some of these a little bit more darker because they're going to be in front of the other ones down below. So we just added some down here. Add a little bit more. Let's add some to these trees. Cover up some of these branches. When trees are farther away, they all crunched up, and they all look like they're crunched up, and that's all we're representing. That some of them are close, some of them are far. Okay. I'm going to be finished with this paintbrush. Okay, put it up here, I don't need it. Now I'm going to take my half-inch brush, and I'm going to go right back into the yellows. A little bit of yellow and a little bit of burnt sienna. But I don't want it to be too watery this time. Just a little bit of burnt sienna, a little bit of yellow. I'm going to start adding a little grassy area coming down. For now, we'll fix that all up. There we go. And now I'm going to grab some of that bottom of the tree and start pushing it. And that makes a little shadow there. You see that? And then we could bring one down here. Now, when you do watercolors, you don't have to you really don't have to cover up all the white. Sometimes I like that look when you have some of it showing through. It just looks like it's light coming through. I'm gonna pick up a little bit of this brown, and a little bit of this other color. I'm just gonna bring the shadow out a little bit more. There we go. There. There we go. Bring some. Got two trees here and here next. Okay. Good. I'm looking at the time. Now, I'm gonna pick up some, I have some, the other brown. No, I got a little bit of brown. And right here, this is the water here, so I'm gonna add just a couple of little rocks and stones. It's a little dark, but I'm going to keep some of it very dark. Okay, I'm going to turn my brush around and make it very, just somewhat what we call a dry brush. And I'm just going to bring some of this in, down, to make a nice reflection inside the water with the rocks. I'm going to add a little bit more paint to the brush. I'm just going to bring this down. There we go. There we go. Add a little bit more. There. There's the dark area. It's a bit longer. There we go. I'm going to get this, and I'm going to make this a dry brush. A dry brush is when you take all the water out from it, and let's give it a little water. There we go. Nice little water lines. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Got 12 minutes to do, 12 minutes left, and that's good. There. When it gets a little bit more drier, I'm gonna go over that a little bit more. Now this side here, I'm gonna go back in, and this will, I'm gonna try to put in these couple big palm trees. Not palm trees, pine trees. And these are so easy to make too. There we go. And the only thing you're doing is, I'm gonna make one little line. We'll put one right here. Don't have to do it there. And what I'm gonna do, I'm just using the corner of my brush, and I'm just topping up. And just coming down with it. I have a little bit much water on it that I wanted, but that's okay. We could fix that up in a second. I'm just going to keep on coming down, coming down, coming down. Okay. I'm going to make this a little darker and a little dry, so I'm going to go right back in my yellow and a little bit of blue. Make it a little bit darker, a little bit drier. Come on, come on. There we go. Good. And the dark side is dark on this side anyways, and that's where I'm gonna start adding some of the dark. It's gonna be right here. There we go. And as it comes down to the bottom of the tree, it gets darker anyway. And we're going to bring that all the way down, right into the water too. Let's just cover this down, and we'll bring this whole thing down. There we go. Once again, I'm going to get a dry brush. And then right here, right about here, I'm going to add more land to this anyway. But right here, let's just bring this across. I'm going to get some of this yellow ochre that we used before. And right around here, right by the rock and by these trees, right around here, I'm going to start adding some bushes. I'm going to cover some of the water that I put down. There we go. Like I said, these are going to be just quick paintings, just to give people an idea how you can just have a little bit more fun if you're starting out to do some watercolors. You know? There's nothing hard. There's nothing hard to this. It's just using imagination. That's all this one is, to be honest. And once again, I'm gonna bring this down. I'm gonna bring some of this down. And add some water to this one. Okay. I'm gonna add one more tree right here. Which and right here, right in front of this one, I'm gonna add one more tree here. I'm gonna go up. Now this is gonna be a little heavier paint. Whoops. Let me see. There's a drop of water. There we go. And we have one more tree right here. Whoops, come on. There we go. Oh boy. Come on. Now you know how I paint. Sometimes things doesn't work out 100%. But that's the fun part of painting. We're still gonna do it. There we go. Add just a little bit more water to some of this. There. Go up from this one. And we're gonna bring this one up a little bit higher. There we go. This is a quick one. Next painting we're going to do, I'm going to be a little slower. It's been some time since we've done the watercolor here. So I may be off a little bit, but not that much. Nah. Okay. Up here, I'm going to take some of the green. I'm going to get some of this burnt sienna, the dark brown. And we're just going to add a little road right here, a little street mark, a little dirt road coming down. Now I know it looks brown like the other stuff, but I have a little bit brown right here, a little bit black ivory. And I'm going to add a little bit black ivory to this one. Black will make it a little darker. Maybe we'll make it a little dirt. And that's what we want, this little dirt road coming right here. There you go. There you go. I'll get the little brush. And we're just I'm gonna go into the dark brown. And right here, I'm just gonna add, I'm gonna get some black. This one here, just gonna add a couple of stones. Add a couple little stones right here. Okay. Get a little black. Add a little shadow. Some of these. We could even put some of this in the water. Add some water lines. So, okay. This is, like I said, I wanted us just to start off with the show with a nice little quick painting. You know, not every painting's going to be a masterpiece. Not every painting's going to be the most terrific painting. But I hope you got something from here. Pick up a paper towel, pick up something, and just start doing something. You know, as a crazy musician as I am, I'm more of an artist than you see. I could even draw a couple. We could have this couple little birds in the background. You know, some days it's so hard for me to pick up my instrument and play it. But sometimes just to pick it up and blow into my saxophone and just play around with the keys, not even making notes, just to blow and just, it gets me into the mood to start playing the music. And painting is the same thing. No matter if I do dioramas, if I'm using oil paintings or whatever I do, sometimes you always do a warm-up. And I think a lot of these paintings that I do is just a warm-up. It's something to say, hey, I got something on a piece of paper. What can I do the next time? What can I do better the next time? So if you could just do that, it'd be great. I hope you enjoy this show. And the next show I'm going to do, I think it's going to be mostly a bigger tree with a bunch of different colors on it. And to bring up, not always the whole tree, but sometimes if you're just working on a chunk of a tree and try to bring that alive, that is something else when you could have different colors, different shadows with that. So I hope you enjoyed this show, and I will see you again next week. And with that, I'll say bye-bye and have a fantastic weekend. Thank you.